This is a fourth stimulus check, stimulus program, and news update. I have a lot of important news to share with you in this video, so we're going to skip the intro altogether. Let's get right into it. Texas, Indiana, and Oklahoma are the three new states to drop the $300 weekly federal unemployment boost benefits. This is in addition to the other 18 states that have dropped the benefits so far, and all these states are canceling the benefits between mid-June and early July. So they're canceling it before the September 6th expiration date. The reason why they're canceling it is because they're saying that more people are staying home collecting unemployment compared to going back to work and working a job, saying that there is a labor shortage going on. But in addition to canceling the benefits, these states are offering $1,000 back to work bonuses. So this is in Connecticut. There's also states like Montana offering $1,200, Louisiana $1,000. Then we have a state like Arizona that's going to offer $2,000 return to work bonus. So they're basically redistributing that money from unemployment weekly checks to just a one-time check to go back to work. Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments below. On the flip side, we have the Democrats saying that the worker shortage is not because of the unemployment checks coming in, but it's due to other reasons. Here's a video clip explaining more about that.
Good morning. Yeah, we've likely all heard the concerns by now from some business owners and executives who say that they can't find workers. Even Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen acknowledging she's hearing the same. Yet the unemployment rate last month did tick up slightly. So we wanted to know what is on the minds of the unemployed. CNBC, as you said, Andrew, along with Morning Consult, surveyed 1,000 unemployed workers, and almost 90% said that they have not been offered a job within the last 6 months, although most are actively looking. When we asked those who rejected an offered job, how important of a factor were those enhanced unemployment benefits, almost 2/3 reported it was not a reason at all. So what were the major reasons for turning down a job? Well, about 1/3 say they need to care for their family. That includes childcare. 35% said that health concerns because of COVID were a major factor, and 36% cited that the offered salary was too low. In fact, 3/4 of those offered a job say that the proposed wages were lower than they made in their prior job. Now, we did see average hourly wages tick up in the last jobs report. That, of course, an indication that employers are offering more competitive wages as they try to entice new workers. We'll see if there's any more movement in the next jobs report. But guys, with so many people in this survey reporting low wages as a reason for not accepting an offer, employers looking for workers might have to do more.
So let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think there's a worker shortage because people don't want to go back to work because they're collecting unemployment checks? Is it because they have to take care of the family? Let me know your thoughts on this. I think it's all true. I think some people want to stay home and collect unemployment. Some people can't because they're taking care of their family, or there may not just be jobs in their area that pay a good living wage. I think all those things are true, and to just politicize it and say one thing is true over another, I think is just pure politics. But let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments below. Next, let's talk about the unemployment tax. So this is the 7 million Americans are in line to get the $10,200 unemployment tax break. This is coming out this week, so hopefully you'll get a direct deposit or a paper check if you're waiting for this. It's only going to single tax filers first, and then week after week, the IRS is going to change the tax filing eligibility to get those checks. I'll keep you updated on that. Speaking of tax returns, the IRS staff and equipment shortages mean delays for millions of tax refunds. So if you've been waiting for a tax refund, you're not alone. Millions of people haven't gotten it. Even if you filed in early February, there's nothing you could do about it. The only thing you can do is if you want to go to the Where's My Refund tool, kind of like the Get My Payment tool, and you could check to see. You just click check my refund status. You type in your information and see if it got sent out or not, but that's all you could do at this point. Next, let's talk about the big date. So the monthly child tax credit payments are going to start hitting bank accounts July 15th. So we officially have a date. Originally before, we thought it was July 1st, but now it is July 15th. This is for the $3,000 and $3,600 child tax credits that are going to be paid on a monthly basis. So it's going to be $300 a month for each child under 6. It's going to be $250 a month for each child 6 to 17 years old. At this point, there's really nothing you could do about it. The IRS is going to set up a portal. They said in May, so we have a couple weeks left before May is over, and you just go into the portal, you put in your information. They said that you'll have the option if you want a one lump sum, as it usually is, or you could get it on a monthly basis. Now, to be clear, this is for the future child tax credit, you're just getting it 6 months earlier, which could help out a lot of families, especially on a monthly credit basis. Let me know your thoughts on this. Are you looking forward to the child tax credit? Do you plan on getting it monthly? Do you want to get it in one lump sum as it has been before? So far, they're trying to make this either for the next 4 years or permanent. I'll keep you updated on that as well. Inflation is up. Stock market is down. Here's why you shouldn't panic. So you may have heard that inflation in April was 4.2%, which is the highest it's been since 2008, over a decade ago. But it's probably going to level out. The government doesn't want inflation to be up forever or for months, so they're probably going to correct this situation. I don't think it's any time to panic. It's probably going to be 4.2% now, but over the next few months, it's probably going to go back down. That's my gut feeling on it. Let me know your thoughts on that. But in the short term, it's not a good thing because you're going to see grocery prices rise everywhere else, and if your wages aren't rising as well, that could cause a lot of stress. Next, let's talk about how a billionaire bond investor, Jeffrey Gundlach, is saying that stimulus checks are opening the door for universal basic income. So you may have heard about the fourth stimulus check proposals, which are going to give $2,000 per month for the duration of the pandemic. So far, those are still in Congress trying to work their way into the American Families Plan and the American Jobs Plan. So far, it's not there yet, but there are other programs that are offering universal basic income, which is basically a way of saying you get money for you just get like $1,000 per month, no strings attached, no taxes, and that covers your food, water, shelter, and then you can have another job to make more money on top of that. So there are other places that are doing this. For example, the mayor of LA, Eric Garcetti, is doing the $1,000 universal basic income for 2,000 families in Los Angeles. And this isn't just in Los Angeles, this is happening all over the country as well. So if we look at this map right here, these are all the different cities where mayors are in support of a universal basic income or a guaranteed income. So the website is called Mayors for a Guaranteed Income. And basically they're going to give $1,000 per month to different families, and they're going to test it out. California as a whole is also going to do this. So they have a budget of around $35 million that they're going to have the universal basic income pilot programs. And this was announced just on Friday, and it's going to include $35 million over 5 years to pay for universal basic income pilot programs. So basically, the whole idea behind the universal basic income is that as technology gets more and more advanced, there's going to be less human jobs because technology is replacing human jobs on a daily basis. So what happens when technology becomes so advanced and there's almost no human jobs? That's where they're saying you take a lot of that income made from the technology replacing jobs and you pay people for that, for their food, water, shelter. My only concern about that is I hope that people on universal basic income still contribute to the society and make things a better place as opposed to just staying home and collecting money. But let me know your thoughts on this. Do you believe in universal basic income? Is it a good idea? Bad idea? Should we implement that? Not implement it? Let me know your thoughts on that. Also, there are so that's it. Also, Denver and Hartford are doing the universal basic income as well. So moving on, U.S. Senate Republicans are writing a new infrastructure proposal. So Republicans met with President Biden last week. They talked. We don't really know officially what they spoke about, I guess the definition of what infrastructure is. And now the Republicans are getting their own new proposal ready. There was one proposal so far, $568 billion. It might be a little higher. They said that they could go as high as $800 billion. We'll find out probably this week. It looks like before the end of May, we're going to see what's going to happen with Republicans and Democrats working together. If not, they said supposedly by Memorial Day, if nothing happens or if Republicans don't get on board with Democrats, Democrats are most likely going to use budget reconciliation to pass whatever package they want. Also, the Janet Yellen, who is the Treasury Secretary, is saying that businesses should embrace the corporate tax hike to fund infrastructure. This is something that Republicans don't want. They don't want to increase taxes at all. Here's a video clip of where Republicans stand as of now in terms of the upcoming infrastructure package.
You heard your colleague David Cicilline on the spending packages. How do you respond? Well, I think the key here is we are ready to come to the table. We're ready to work on solutions. Iowans need and support infrastructure investment. But if there's one thing that I've heard from my constituents, it's that they support targeted infrastructure investment. When we're talking about that package specifically, only 6% goes to roads and bridges, only about 5% to broadband infrastructure, and even less to locks and dams and ports. So when you're talking about spending more on electric vehicle subsidies than actual infrastructure, I think that's where we need to come to the drawing board. I think there is a room where we can actually find a solution that everybody agrees on, but I hope we can all come to the table and get something done.
We've heard that taxes are a red line for Republican leaders. I assume they may be for you as well. If not taxes, do we go with user fees for, say, a toll on a bridge?
Well, and Iowa doesn't have tolls, and I'd like to see it stay that way. But we do have a dedicated funding stream already. When you go fill up at the pump, you pay a gas tax to pay for using that infrastructure. I think we need to be making sure that we have equity in that. So if you're driving an electric vehicle, that you're actually paying those user fees as well. We've already taken action on that. I led that as a state legislator several years ago. So we actually laid out that plan already here in Iowa, and I'm happy to come to the table and be a voice on how you can do that effectively and get it done at the federal level.
So far in this Congress, we've seen Democrats go it alone on a number of issues. Do you think they're serious about bipartisanship on these spending matters, or are you afraid they're going to go it alone?
Well, it is a fear of mine, because when I look at what I'm hearing from taxpayers, it's that they want someone to stand up for them. Yes, we all agree we need investments in infrastructure, but we can't just keep disrespecting taxpayers who are working so hard and sending those dollars to the federal government. And the spending spigot's clearly been turned on, Mike, with over $6 trillion in proposed spending just in this first few months of President Biden's administration. That's definitely concerning to me. So I'm hopeful, again, that they'll see the reason here and continue to respect the hardworking taxpayers of this country in this process.
And that is all the stimulus news I have for you today. To hopefully cheer you up a bit, here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella. This is a tip of the day. I want to tell you one of my favorite secrets. Adults don't know everything. So I don't too. I know I'm really smart, but I don't really know as much things. You don't know as much things, but we're all gonna learn. I promise. If you keep on working every day, I can, and we all can, and we can all be really smart. And we can all be really smart.
Thanks for watching the video up until this point so far. So I kind of did a little different of a format in this video. I just got right to the news and I basically said what needed to be said rather than going more in detail in certain topics. Let me know your thoughts on that. If you could type the word feedback, then I could look for it and let me know if you like this format. Do you want me to go deeper in on certain topics? Or did you like this just kind of going over the important things? Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. Also, if you want to check out some other stimulus updates, you could click this video over here or check out some videos on my other channel with this link over here, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much again for all of your support. I really appreciate it, and I'm trying my best to serve you the best way I can. Thank you so much. Take care. Be safe. Thank you for watching.